Hi there, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to set up my January 2020 bullet journal and kind of go over the lessons I've learned from my 2019 6 months of bullet journaling. I've just done my 2020 setup a couple weeks ago. I'll link that above. But this time, but this is the time to set up my first month of 2020. So we are ready for the first day of a new decade when it comes in a few days. So if you enjoy content like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you so much. And so this January theme, I plan on doing a winter beanies and mittens because, you know, it's winter, it's harsh. And I love beanies and mittens. They just signify coziness to me. I want to quickly show you my 2019 monthly setups. Kind of like go through the things I liked or I didn't like. I have two different monthlies. So as you can see, here's kind of, I have that 2-page calendar style spread for one of them, and then I have the other one is kind of a traditional bullet journal, like straight down kind of setup. So I prefer the traditional setup. I feel like it's really easy and really clean. And this doesn't get filled up all that much anyway, so I feel like 1 page straight down is easy to see and is sufficient for me. So for the collections, I have pretty much the same, like habit tracker, mood tracker, and expense and gratitude part. So I've decided to put the mood tracker in my yearly. The most frequently changed layout I had was the weekly layout. I actually had, in 6 months I had 4 different iterations of weekly, and I will show you here. This is my first month. When I started in June, halfway in June, that's why the calendar monthly is only a little bit. But in June, I really crammed everything. I put every week into this kind of a 7-box spread, this 6-box or 7-box spread. It's really tight. For writing down to do, it's barely sufficient. But since it was only starting and half months, I was just feeling like cramming everything in. Then later on, from I had these like 2-page horizontal, or maybe you call it landscape spread. This was okay, but this was okay, but then I tried the column spread, and this turned out to be my favorite spread. I feel like with these columns, I was able to have it structure the listing really well, and I also had more room to just kind of like journal down the thoughts, write down the thoughts I have for that day. It's not every day that I do any extensive journaling, but I feel like this kind of style gave me more room or more flexibility than the landscape style. But on the other hand, you can also see how like the 3 column is really cramped. Sometimes I write in Chinese, sometimes I write in English. But you can see how this is really cramped. And the last iteration I have for the weekly is what I'm currently using. So this is, I decided for December I'm trying this quarter box. I like it okay, but as you can see, this quarter box isn't quite enough. Like even here, I'm not even journaling anything. I am just writing down the things I need to do, and I kind of ran out of space. I do have this note section, so I try to like put some thoughts, like weekly thoughts here, but it just isn't quite enough. And you can see that I had like this tiny to-do box. I had some daily health tracker. I've decided that this year some of those daily trackers, I either get rid of them or I put them in the yearly. So what I want to do is this year is to incorporate some of these lessons and try it on the January layout. So let's get drawing. let's do a flip through, and I will sort of go through what I ended up deciding for the layout. So I have a simple cover page. I don't know if this makes sense, but I thought of like ice carving at those New Year parades. They have those ice carving. I sort of wanted to do like a January in a giant ice box. And then there's some hats and mittens. I don't know if it makes sense, but I thought it was cute. And I decided to put a calendar on it as well. Like I said, I like the straight down format, so this would be my monthly calendar, kind of monthly at a glance. Then I have my habit tracker. I still went with this style of habit tracker. I quite liked it. I feel like it gave me a good view, at least like a monthly, how I'm doing on a certain things. And I drew little mittens and hats in different colors everywhere. This is a very straightforward expense section. Then I always have a gratitude page, so this will be my monthly gratitude page. Previously, I've done my gratitude page in different formats. I've had them listed, and then the last couple of months I had my gratitude in a picture format, just kind of like draw or write. Some of them are written, some any gratitude I have, so it's more flexible. I kind of like this. Initially, I was making myself write down 3 things every single day, and sometimes that's hard, especially when you're having a really challenging day. But making pictures is really nice, and if I can't express in picture, I can write it down. So I think I will continue that. Some pictures, some words. Hopefully I will be doing this every single day. I've added a monthly brain dump. Even though I have a brain dump in my yearly section, but I kind of feel like this brain dump section was just gonna be like kind of like really long-term ideas, or like really random thoughts that are kind of out there. But the monthly brain dump is going to be more time related, so hopefully it's like ideas or thoughts that I have particularly for this month. And then for the brain dump, this is what I came up with for just a little peppy looking picture. I thought it's really cute. So for idea, we often use light bulb. So this is supposed to be a light bulb and it's shiny, but then I put a beanie over it and like little blue squiggle like it's cold. I feel like this is a really good illustration in my mind as far as what brain dump is, or why I need a brain dump, because it's almost like your brain is just like going crazy. Here's some ideas, and then but then in the meantime it's like brain freeze, because it contributes to why things are in a brain dump instead of in a schedule, because it's kind of everywhere, you know, it's a little disorganized and kind of going crazy. So that's the kind of ideas that are going to go here. So I thought that's kind of cute. Put a beanie over a light bulb. So it's ideas and brain freeze at the same time. Then the biggest change, or that a new thing that I really wanted to try, was my weekly. As you can see that in my 2019 bullet journal, the weekly had the most changes. So I decided to try out the floating or the running task list. I feel like this might give me more flexibility as far as like little things that needs to be done this week, but not necessarily a certain day. So or I don't have to copy over a task every single day, push it out, you know. So smaller task might come down here. I should write the task here. So this is gonna be the task, names of the task, and then this would be you know, symbols to have them scheduled or migrated forward, such and such. I have a weekly goals, and hopefully, you know, I think this would be like the goals to complete the, you know, a video a week or even 2, or some other goals. I have a checklist of whatever video I plan to do. The process might be a little bit different, so checklist to make sure everything is done orderly. Then I decided for like a daily or weekly, I'm going to go with the 2-column style. This would allow me, it's kind of similar to the previous 3-column style, but this will give me more room. And it's like all the way, like the entire head to toe pages. So I always do write a daily text scripture from the Bible at the top, and then I plan my dinner in the morning, and then the rest, I think the top would be like the rapid logging, you know, everything to do in a day, and then hopefully I have more room to journal any thoughts I have. Another big layout change is that if you see my 2019 journal, every month I feel like this is a mistake. Of course, everyone can do their bullet journal however they want it, but previously I've done like, I did the monthly and then I went right into the weekly, and then I did all the monthly collection at the end of all the weekly. And then what happened is that my weekly got really confined. I had to draw out every single day ahead of time, and then everything is confining these few pages. If I had more thoughts for the weekly, because every day of the month is already pre-drawn, I had no more room. So that's another major thing, is that I'm only going to set up 1 week at a time. So this is this week. I'm going to try a little Dutch door, so it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then week 2, I will set it up as I go. So if I have more plans for week 1, at least this will allow me to overflow into the next week. Nothing is blocking the future plans. And all the collections go before the weeks. So I think this makes a lot more sense. And so this is my new setup for January. The style is really simple. For the weekly, I really want to dedicate most of the space for writing. At the end of the week or at the end of the month, maybe if I have like room, I might put some stickers to decorate it. But for now, this month theme is just a simple blue color, and hopefully I will learn to use this running task list correctly. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, please subscribe and share with other people. And share any bullet journal ideas you have with me. I really appreciate that. I am a newbie in doing bullet journaling. Even though I really enjoy it, I'm still new. So yeah, Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.